All right, everybody. At this point, let's open it up for questions. You are welcome to type in a question in the chat box, or Pat can unmute you, or you can be unmuted and ask on the phone.
And Kevin, I have 3 questions from Jeff Brown. He is working it out. The wheels are spinning. He has one for each of the speakers, and I have unmuted all of them, of our speakers.
Great. All right. Let's go
first
for
Tom. He says, how do you envision events transitioning out of the COVID-19 with the rules of social distancing possibly still in place?
Well, I think that's an unknown, obviously, and we all hope that this is a temporary situation that's going on. So I think it's going to pass before. I don't think it's something we're going to have to change our whole lifestyle around. Now, of course, if it does, we'll have to be creative, and we may have to use every other court. I know at the tennis club that I belong to down here, the courts are open, but they've only opened up every other court and every odd number court, and all the even courts have the nets down. So maybe that's something in the future. Who knows?
That's good. Jeff has asked of Craig, what is an example of a successful residual income business that you would share with us?
I mean, you can make as much or as little as you want. Pat, it really comes down to what kind of effort you want to put in and how much you want to grow as a person. Because I think your income is based on how much you grow. And I've seen that for myself. I mean, I've made 6 figures residual.
Yeah, that's serious. So it's better to find the right product or company, or is it more any of them work, it's just your effort?
I mean, you can treat it like a job. There's good jobs out there and there's bad jobs out there. I've been in bad opportunities. I've been in good opportunities. Things have changed with the good opportunities. I've had to find another opportunity. But I've always stuck with it, and I've always continued building those relationships. You know, tennis pros, we come in contact with so many people. We really need to take advantage of it. And we really need to take advantage of it now with what's going on.
Oh, that's good, Craig. Thanks. And to Peter, he asked, what direction do you see the future growth of online tennis instruction?
Well, I think it's going to keep growing a lot because the need for connection is big. You know, it just was even really shown to me by this call I was on with Jorge, where we went on YouTube and we had about 165 to 180 people. And one thing that's kind of interesting is normally we were on for an hour and 15 minutes. And normally you'll see like a drop off. Like after a while, they'll be like, okay, it's kind of boring. I mean, I probably would drop my own, being on my, if I had to watch myself for an hour and 15 minutes, I probably wouldn't make it. So, but like it was steady. No one dropped off. So I think it's this feeling of connection is going to really help online instruction. People more accept it too. The more they buy courses and go, wow, that was actually really good. Like I really learned something. And so the more that people prove that it helps, it works. I do think though that the role that you're just gonna have to keep working harder and harder. You have to keep building the connection. I think the days of just like, hey, check out my videos, buy my course, and I hope you liked it, and I'm out. I'll see you later. They're over. You got to keep making your courses more creative, more interactive, more community-based. And so I don't want people to get the mindset of like, oh, you just make some videos, slap a sale sign on it, then watch it sell. You got to really work.
That's good.
Well, fantastic. Pat, are there any other questions? Anybody else like to speak up or type a question in?
Well, Jeff had another one, but I'm going to say anybody could unmute and ask a question, or they could ask through the chat, And if we don't have anybody else ask, I'll ask Jeff's other question.
Pat, can I just say something, what I saw on social media today?
Yes.
I saw a quote, it says, if you don't come out of this quarantine with a new skill, your side hustle started, or more knowledge, you've never lacked time, you've lacked discipline.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people that are working jobs always complain they have no time. Well, now you don't have that excuse anymore.
Well, that's true.
Very good.
All right, to Craig, this was also from Jeff. He says, what's the most common racket customization you do other than stringing and grip replacement?
I mean, the big thing I do is when I work with academies or college teams, I'll go out on the court with the players and find the right weight, balance, string tension, string for how that player, their style of game. I truly believe a lot of errors that we see as coaches are caused by the rackets not being matched up to the player's style. If you look at other sports, you look at skiing, you get your skis fitted. You bowl, you get your bowling ball fitted. Golfers, they all get their clubs fitted. Tennis is really the only sport we don't get our sticks fitted for us, our rackets fitted for us. I mean, if you're a serving volleyer, you should not be playing with a head-heavy racket. That's why after you hit that volley, the racket finishes down by your knees.
That's good. Wow. MJ?
No, I don't have one. Sorry.
Okay, you were unmuted. Maria asked, have you done any online training with juniors, and how did it go? This question would be to Peter.
I have not done online to juniors other than like my juniors I used to teach on the court. I think that there could be a niche that you experiment with, but what's been proven is that adults over 50, they want to watch this. They want to pay for it. They enjoy it. It enhances their life. It fills some voids where lots of juniors, you know, although I do have some juniors who get into online and that they'll tell me that they're watching, but when you think about it, they would have to ask their mom or dad to pay for it. They're usually getting taught on the court there with a pro. And they're being taught how to hit a forehand like Federer, where a lot of club players, they're not being taught that. And then when they asked a pro, like, hey, can you teach me how to hit a forehand like Federer? Like, oh, come on, John, your forehand's pretty good as it is. Just worry about your strategy more than your stroke. So, you know, that's the big difference there.
That's good. Zinda asked the question to Craig. What equipment do you use to change and measure the balance of a racket as well as the weight of the racket? And I'm going to add something onto that, Craig, if you tell what you tend to charge for doing that custom work.
Charge anywhere between $35 and $60 a racket, depending on how in depth I need to go with the rackets, whether I'm changing pallets and stuff like that. Prince, probably 12 years ago, made me a swing weight machine. I used just a regular balance board and a postal scale. But it's very important. The average person cannot do this because they need a swing weight machine. You can hit weight and you can hit balance, but the swing weight is really the most important. So you got to hit all three.
Kevin, that's all the questions that I see right now.
Okay, well, I've got one for Peter. Peter, what would you recommend to pros who they're not necessarily looking to earn any money off of online instruction or anything like that, but they do want to take video of their players and then go back and kind of review the video with the players in terms of how they position themselves? Just a couple of tips on how best to video players. Well,
yeah, I mean, that's super easy. You got your phone right there. And and you have an app called Coach's Eye, and you just can video them there, and you can upload it straight to YouTube, and then take that link and send it right to your students. So when they get home, they have it. Or I think Coach's Eye even has a locker room where you guys can both go in and look at it. I do think it's really, really important to take that time to video the students, because it's still amazing how many times I give a lesson and we're getting ready to do the video, and they know they're going to get videos, and they say, have you ever seen yourself on video before? And, I'd say it's 80% people say, no, I've never seen myself on video, which is amazing to me.
Is the value of videoing a player from in front to the side and from behind all equal, or is one vantage point a little bit better?
Well, I think the two best are from the side and from the back. And to be to where it's not invasive to the lesson, where it's probably easiest to catch the most, you can see a lot from a back view. So I think a back view is probably the best view, because then you can really see how far they're bringing the racket back. You can see the turn. You can see the shot. So probably to the back and a little to the side is probably the best. And then a full side is pretty good too.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Well, Tom, Craig, Peter, thank you very much for being on today.
Yes, thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. And thanks to all the attendees. We appreciate you being on.